doing it. You supposed to be happy you sitting there with Kid L. Why you mad?
Rocking and rolling. It's Cinco de Mayo, and we're doing a podcast today. What's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's up, man?
Man, let's start from the top. I want everybody to, in a line, introduce yourselves to everybody, and tell everybody why you're here.
Worldwide Wall Street, host of Everybody Has a Voice podcast.
Yes.
Q.
Part of what?
Co-host of Everybody Has a Podcast.
Co-host.
Host of Everybody Got a Podcast.
Co-host. And then pass the mic down to him.
Beeman Blanco, host of Everybody Has a Voice podcast.
Damn.
E.
Tried to grab the mic.
Co-host and host of Everybody Has a Podcast.
That's dope, man. How did you guys start the podcast? Like, when was it put into fruition?
It was an idea between the three of us because we all had separate podcast ideas.
Oh, cool.
I did Fed Time. My cousin did State Time. He was free. We was all communicating with different ideas to do a podcast. And I came home. He came home. I came home. I was doing my first season of my Fed Vacation using his studio. He came home, and we just all aligned our ideas and just joined and just made one.
You made a vlog for the for like when you got out, basically?
No, I got a podcast, my Fed Vacation.
My Fed, what is that?
Yeah, I got guests that come on that we all did Fed Time. We come and discuss our experiences during our federal prison time.
He got a cold one.
That's pretty brilliant.
He got a cold one that's gonna go far. Like he kind of paused it because to do the podcast that we doing now, which is Everybody Got a Voice.
Has a voice.
Everybody has a voice.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, why'd you guys name it Everybody Has a Voice?
I'm gonna let Blanco answer that. You came up with the name.
Really, because everybody does have a voice, you know. So we not just trying to get a particular audience.
Yeah.
We trying to get all walks of life. So we want to hear what everybody has to say and let everybody's story be highlighted.
Not just like the mainstream, but the underground people too.
Everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone.
It's important too, because at the end of the day, everybody I interview, some of them don't really have a name, and it's like they give the best stories. It's like,
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, technically, originally, I was doing a podcast and I was interviewing homeless people.
oh wow,
And I was going to take them and clean them up, get their haircut, get them a room, some food, like to not exploiting them, but really interviewing them, seeing how did they get fucked up and what advice do they have for the youth not to make the same mistakes. Then one day we was ratting because I already had all the equipment and shit for a podcast. And I'm like, he like, what you gonna call it? I'm like, I don't know yet, man. Then he was like, shit, Everybody Got a Voice. And it kind of went from there. Then
Oh.
he came home and he started my Fed Vacation. So he been doing his shit for like a year. Then when I was ready, when I pulled everything out and set everything up, we kind of all brung it together. Once we all brung it together, shit, we here now.
All it took was a conversation.
Yeah.
smart. And
But
so
we family though. We've been around each other our whole entire life.
It's
Like
40 years, right?
like our parents went to middle school and high school and shit together.
Okay.
Like literally. So
Can you tell? We'll start from the top. Everybody, where you're from, where you grew up, and
We all from the same area.
yeah, we all literally from the same area.
Oh, wow.
48204.
Elementary.
Like
middle, high school,
like Jory Road, Livernois, Retirement, Livernois, Grand River, like that area.
Did you guys all invest in music early on in life, or was that or entertainment, or is this kind of like a later thing where it's like you kind of just hop into?
Me, I did. Me, well, really, he did. Wall did, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was doing music when we was younger, and I was inspired off of listening to him do music and a couple of our other friends doing music. So then I got involved in music when he ended up, like right before he went away. So
Yeah. What age did you go away?
27,
27. How long were you away for?
15 years.
God damn, son. So you got out recent? Like, how recently did you get out?
It ain't been 2 years yet. Got out August 7, 2023.
I got out 6 months after him.
Like literally,
Altogether.
like literally, I was having conversations with both of these dudes while they was in a joint. Like literally, I'm talking about on a regular, talking about doing the podcast. He don't know that I'm talking to him, and he don't know that I'm talking to him. Well, he kind of knew, But he didn't know that I was talking to him at all about doing it because we supposed to start fucking with the clothes and shit too, come out with a clothing line.
Yeah.
So when they both got out, it was damn near just perfect timing for us to make it happen.
Wow, man. Wow. And it's crazy that you guys were thinking about podcasts while you were inside, though. I didn't even, like...
I used to watch The Breakfast Club in the morning. And I got up one day and went to the phone. I was like... And he was already sitting... Yeah, I was already on that.
I already had all the
You already had the
equipment, like the
equipment.
cameras, the mic. I'm talking about all the motherfucking equipment, like literally.
Can you talk about when it first started? You know, everybody goes through roadblocks when podcasting first starts. There's a lot of hiccups and a lot of things that go wrong. Can you talk about the beginning journey of it? Who your first guests were?
We ain't had no hiccups though,
Yeah,
really.
so
You guys had no
far-
hiccups?
Yeah, we ain't had
Oh
no
my
hiccups.
gosh, I always want to
We still in the
35 episodes in.
we still in the beginning. Like we started in December, bro.
Tell him about the first guest.
When he said that, I was thinking like, what hiccup?
We,
Damn, you guys don't go through shit, man.
we did T Grizzly Mama and
We
lost
lost some footage.
but after T Grizzly Mama we did the Funny Salesman
That's dope. Yeah, I seen that.
and
Wait, with T Grizzly's mom, what did you guys lose? Like the whole thing or just parts of it?
the
whole
whole
episode.
thing.
Damn.
She
'Cause
did
we
two.
filmed 2 episodes.
Yeah,
we
she
filmed
did
the
two.
episode with My Fair Vacation, and we filmed Everybody Got a Voice episode. But somehow, doing the mix to the editing, the Everybody Got a Voice episode got lost.
But you got the other one with her.
Yeah, we got to My Fair Vacation.
And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it didn't get lost. It didn't get lost.
What happened?
Remember, it fucked up. It didn't record, and we was just gonna use the audio.
Yeah,
That's what
We
happened.
had some hiccups in the
That
beginning.
happened. That's
Yeah.
Like even with the
technical.
Funny Salesman episode, we had some hiccups with the lightning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's still a great episode. We still gonna put it up. It's still actually up, but we just put that up in the beginning just for promotion. But we gonna still promote it, and it's gonna drop on a weekly, like like the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, one thing I enjoyed about your podcast is you guys don't get too dirty with it, where you're trying to have people exploit themselves or anything like that. It's more so just telling their story and being organic about it.
Like that, even
that
like.
ain't the ideal of my Fair Vacation or Everybody Got a Voice at all.
But
You know
see,
what I
that's
mean?
what I was saying. Like even with me doing the homeless people, I wasn't doing that to make a fool out of them. I was doing it to hear their story and to see how they got fucked up and possibly help them. And what advice do they have for the youth not to make the same mistakes that they made?
Yes.
So it wasn't to have them fucked up in no type of way.
What was
Like,
the
for
craziest
real.
transformation you seen from that when you were doing that? Did you see anybody transform? Did you see anybody actually change their life afterwards?
I didn't get a chance to start it because I went another route and I did it with these guys.
No, okay.
Instead of doing it with the homeless, I did it how we doing it now.
For sure.
Still gonna do it though.
Yeah, I'ma still get
Yeah,
back
you
to
gotta
it.
have it.
Figured out how to just make that a segment where we just, reaching back to the community and going to help somebody and clean them up and, doing it like that. But like he said, it got to be done tastefully to where nobody don't think we trying to exploit nobody or nothing like that.
Right.
You
For
feel me?
sure.
Right.
If you can talk about what happened for you to have to go away from that long, can you just give people a small description of what happened? Like, how did it all
I
happen?
mean, the conspiracy case. I was in the streets. You know what I mean? You ain't green to it, even if you is, don't come from that background. You done interviewed enough guests. You know enough to know what happened in the street. I was out of town selling drugs and got caught up in the conspiracy. Did 15 years, and it ain't much to it. It's the same story as everybody else.
Oh, it was like a RICO situation, you mean, or
No, it wasn't a RICO, just a conspiracy.
what's a conspiracy? Like, kind of, you mean you work?
A meeting at a mines.
Oh, you mean like a bunch of people together? Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, and so how you said you were 29?
27.
27 when that happened. And how did that change the trajectory of your life? Like, what was the negative aspects of having to go away, and what was also the positive aspects of? I mean, I can't see any
He
positive.
don't like to talk about it. 2 sucker ass niggas lied on him. It made him look like he was something he wasn't.
Okay.
And kind of
it's
fucked him up.
it's a lot to
Like,
it, but
yeah, made him.
Got you.
the positive of it is I came out with a plan. I'm sticking to the plan, and here we is today because this plan was something I wrote in 2015
Really?
to have a podcast. And I showed my brothers this plan on the paper, and just so happened we aligned and they back up my plan, and we, it's all aligning. So here we are. And we just
Everything that we
moving
was
forward, you know what I'm
doing
saying?
just lined up with each other. Like it was damn near perfect timing.
Sure. I seen you guys got Helluva to talk and showing love to him. Can you guys talk about that?
He got personal relationships with
that's
some
what
of
I'm
these
saying. Where you want
guys.
to go with that? Because
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys are tied in with Helluva from like a
He
deep-
got
market.
personal. Yeah, he got personal relationships with some of them people that you seen though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
like, everybody got a voice. My platform, where I want to push the culture. How can I not have Helluva on my platform?
Facts.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that was that for the culture. That's my man outside of music and shit, like, you know what I mean? But I did it for the culture.
How far back do you and Helluva go?
Shit, 20 years.
Yeah.
Plus.
Shit, he
They
did.
from the
he
other
did.
side.
Yeah, hell yeah. Plus, you did motherfucking 15, 16. Been out
Yeah,
what,
20
two?
plus
That's
years.
18, over 20 years for sure.
Yeah, Helluva obviously is like the holy grail of engineers and producers from Michigan. His story is crazy too because he said his sound wasn't accepted in Detroit. He went to Atlanta, wasn't accepted at Atlanta, and then when he came back to Detroit, First Day Out was made, and that changed everything for him. Watching him and seeing how like such a humble human being he is, man. What are some things or stories you can tell us about Helluva that you had knowing him for that long?
I don't want to get into the stories I know about Helluva because everybody just know Helluva as a producer.
Okay.
Helluva is from a certain cloth. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. You know what I mean?
For sure. So because you're so tied in with people, it makes it easier to connect with them and be like, yo, hop on the podcast because you have these relationships already.
Definitely.
Can you talk some more about some other people that you already knew before the podcast?
Mack Nichols, K.A. of course, Marvin Cotton,
Yeah.
Key. Shit, we got so many guests, man. I can't even.
Marvin Cotton's story
Wesley.
was crazy too, and I like how
King Wesley.
Marvin
Yeah,
Cotton.
King West, me and King West, the actor off too. We actually went to school together.
Middle school.
Marv?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
was on the other side.
It was similar stories the way he explained it on our podcast and yours. It's just like he had basically the police conspired against him and he was wrongfully, incarcerated for nearly 20 years, which is insane.
He turned the 20 calendar. He just ain't friend, but
He was wrongly incarcerated too.
Oh, so your time wasn't.
I did 16.
God damn. That's horrific, man.
Yeah.
So somebody basically lied, and that caused
Yeah,
16
yeah.
years.
He did 18.
I did 18. I just had a
And the motherfucker lied the second time
guy-
too.
They put me in a situation with a guy
That's bold,
through
dog.
Cash App.
Hell
He
yeah.
went through Cash App
Oh,
and
man,
tried to
this
make
shit
it a
is
state
crazy.
RICO case.
Somebody sent you money through Cash App, and they tried to make it a state.
Yeah,
RICO?
because of what he got caught up on.
Oh my
They
God.
came raiding and all that type of stuff.
Oh my God, man.
It made me sit there for 2 years to fight it till I got a dismissal.
So you guys don't want to talk about what lie was made, or about whatever.
The dude got on the stand on me and said I shot him. And I robbed him, and I ain't touch him or nothing. He knew who did it.
Why did he pick you?
Because me and him had some differences about some cash. And then when the guys did that to him, he assumed me that I had them do it. So he went along with the story and said, got on the stand, said I pointed the gun on him, I shot him by myself, nobody else.
And so the prosecution, when they're coming after you, they have to have substantial evidence to convict you.
The evidence be with a case like that, if you got an attempt murder or armed robbery, for long as it's assault or something, all they need is an eyewitness. In
Really?
Michigan law, yeah. If I get on the stand and say you shot me 5 times and I'm shot and I'm saying it's you, that's all they need here towards you.
So Michigan as eyewitness can literally.
This is a hearsay state.
Oh
You got to
my-
think the jury, this guys that's from out here, Garden City and shit like that. So they supposed to be your peers, but they not. So they'll stand up there and hear some gruesome shit about you and be like, damn, he might have did it. He do got a history.
So you didn't have. I know there was advocates for Marvin that helped him.
Yeah,
Go
I
through the
had,
case.
I had witnesses come to court for me and testify. That was right there.
That's pretty fucked up.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, Big Tim and them testified that right there. Came and testified on my behalf.
And this was crazy too with Marvin Kahn's story is that they had the detectives were part of the reason that he was convicted.
Yeah, I read Margaret.
Yeah, and it was all
and man,
false.
it's rappy. I know where people.
That's crazy. But also Mack Nichols is impossible to get because I tried to get him on. So him fucking with you guys means a lot because that means you guys really did have like a deep rooted
Yeah,
relationship.
we had a kid on there. He don't like to do him either.
Kid HBK,
Yeah.
HBK, yeah, he does. Yeah, same shit. It's crazy.
I had to call him personally.
So with Mac, what was it? You just hit him up real quick, or did he see what you guys were doing already?
No, I had to hit him up a couple times. But if you know Mac,
Can you pull that Can you pull that microphone towards you?
Yeah, I had to hit him up a couple times. But if you know Mac, that's Mac. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's my man. He gave me his word that he coming in. He came in. The episode will be out soon.
Okay, so it didn't drop yet.
No, I told you we 35 episodes in, kid. This
That's
the
crazy.
5th episode airing tonight. Marvin Cotton episode airing tonight.
That's dope, man. Yeah, Mack Nichols is insane, bro. Like, he's such an OG legend, but like to get him on, I'm actually jealous. That's like the first time I'll admit, like I'm jealous. Bro, you know how many times I hit this guy up? He's like, he just leaves me on red every time. Like, man, God
you ever
damn.
had a conversation with him?
No, I never talked. That's the whole thing about having real relationships with certain people. Some people are like, no, I'm only gonna talk to my people or somebody I know.
Right.
You know, they're not gonna just be like, oh, I don't give a fuck how big you are or what you got going on. I gotta
Right.
fuck with you. So, with it being 35 episodes in, what has been your most proud of episode that you guys have, where you guys are happy that you guys got that episode in?
Episode 2
The second one.
with Emmit Mitchell, a guy from our neighborhood drug dealer that negatively influenced all of us, turned his life around, hustled his way through college. Now he's teaching the curriculum for young black boys. He's educated, well educated, and an inspiration to all of us. So to see his story come full circle, for us to have him on our podcast and to give him his flowers and to tell him what he meant to all us,
That was an honor.
that was
For real.
That was
the most
a
impactful
blessing.
episode.
That was an honor.
That was an honor.
Yeah.
You a D graduate.
What's that mean?
No, I'm saying you graduated from UAD. You
Oh.
know you need endowments to go there for. So for a
Good
person
down to
from the
earth
neighborhood
dude,
to go
too.
there,
Oh
that's big.
Oh yeah. So what makes you guys select who you guys want on your show? Like, how do you pick who's a guest you want to have on?
I mean, really, I stay tuned into the culture, what's going on, who got motion, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
really, like, if it's somebody I feel that I want to highlight.
Yo, it's your boy Kid L. If you're an artist, entertainer, or have a brand that needs more motion, then check out the Artist X strategy. You can receive one-on-one coaching with real entertainment and business moguls. They'll help you navigate through the hurricane of the entertainment industry. You can also receive music and social media analysis. Through algorithm checks, we can help you identify and fix your weaknesses. Networking opportunities are also available. Message Kid L Video on Instagram for more info.
Like a Helluva, like a Mack Nichols, like a Marvin Cotton. These are stories I feel need to be heard. So I usually reach out to my guests like that. Or somebody I might just see. Somebody might just have a look, you know what I'm saying? And I might just say, oh, let me see what they got going on. And they might got something going on. And, you know, that's how I come out.
Sure.
Somebody might reach out to us.
That's the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's when like the real analysis happens. Like, do I allow this? Do I let this person come on, or do I not let this person come on?
Yeah.
That's the hard part too, because then people get mad too. Like, why didn't you call me, or why didn't you invite me, and all that type of shit.
Yeah. We know.
Oh, it's already happening for you guys.
Yeah.
We get
People are getting
DMs.
Yeah, it's terrible. So as far as people that you do want to reach out to and get on the show, have you guys thought about there's certain people that you are trying to get to?
Yeah, definitely.
Can you talk about some of the people that you are super interested in getting their stories?
For me,
Yeah,
I want to have a conversation with Ice with Vezo.
that'd be dope.
I'm trying to get Boosie right now.
Boosie?
Yeah. I'm trying to get Boosie.
We actually trying to book Boosie.
Really?
We going through
As
the
we
hassle right
speak.
now. We're trying to book Boosie. They trying to overcharge us. And ain't nobody, you know what I mean? You know how everybody is.
You gotta just wait for him to tour Detroit first, and while he's here, that's when you tap in.
Yeah, but
we
I
tryna
got
do it for a
I
certain
got
event,
some
you know?
shit going on right now that I need him. Like I need him for something right now. So that's why I'm trying to get him for real.
Oh, okay, cool.
And there's people on some bullshit.
We talked to Boosie. You know,
I need to
he's
get-
down to earth. He gonna come.
Yeah, well, I
And
need
he
to
gonna
get.
love
I
us.
need to get like.
He gonna
I
be
need to
feeling
talk
us.
to him directly.
They need
man.
money. That's
Yeah.
the problem with it. And it's like the way you do it is basically they want money if they're out of state and they have to fly in. But if they're already here working with everybody, and then you just hit up their manager like, look, we got 25 on the floor right now, or 5,000 on the floor right
We
now.
looking at it like this, though, kid. We told him we got $20,000. Come do a 45-minute podcast and an hour club appearance. Who ain't gonna come get 20,000 for that?
He'll do it once
And
he,
we'll fly you in and everything. So
Yeah.
your room and flight is covered, and we give you 20,000 for
because
an
they
hour,
know they
45
can.
minutes.
They know they can wait for them to come here, and then you'll still do it. That's kind of how they look at it. They're like, oh,
No, we won't.
No,
oh, he won't do
Once
it.
Because what we need to do, it need to be done now.
if this
You know what I'm
event
saying?
happen, if this event happen, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying no 10 or 20,000 if the event good. I mean, if I had an event, but
Isn't it crazy how rappers treat podcasts like features now? Like before, getting an interview was supposed to be more so like,
It's
oh,
promotion for you, though.
it is promotion, but at the same time, it's like rappers are treating it almost like they'll charge everybody for an interview now. They won't even just come do an interview off the love anymore. which is crazy. Which is I understand it because they look at it like you're trying to make a bag off me. I'm gonna try to make a bag off you,
Right.
type shit. But
I mean, and for certain people, I respect it. It's business. You know what
yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
true. That's true. That's true.
But they want concert prices
That's
for
the thing.
a podcast.
And the money doesn't come
when
back.
The concert
Fuck
lasts
no.
about 3
Yeah,
hours.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? God, this is a 45-minute.
For Boosie?
And it ain't like we motherfucking drink champs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though we are champions.
Yeah.
When you guys break down the groove of the podcast episodes and lining it out with all of you guys being on at the same time, how do you guys delegate who speaks more or less or whatever? Or do you guys just all go like, no, just go free for all? Like whoever wants to talk talks or whatever the situation is.
Well, he talked too much, and I make him go do shit for me.
What?
Yeah, I make him go do shit for me, like get me pops and shit. I
When
don't
you're not
want.
talking, you're just getting pops and stuff?
Yeah.
Don't pay no attention to the shit. Don't pay no attention to the shit that he's talking about, man. He couldn't wait to get me first. That's what the fuck that was.
Man.
No, but for real,
It's whoever got something to say. Like,
Yeah.
everyone got a voice.
I kind of set the tone of it because I was already in the podcast lane and I'm pulling them with it. But as it's coming, he's starting to pop out more, starting to talk more. You know what I mean? So everybody get more comfortable with it. Because at first, them three was kind of just letting me go.
And really, I was just talking about that too. Like we damn near gotta practice it. You know what I'm saying? And take turns doing it. You know what I'm saying?
What
so
it
it'll
is
be
this
equal.
kid? Certain guests, because when it come to getting the guests, that's me hitting the ground running, getting motherfuckers. So I might tell them we got a podcast today at 7:00, and they don't know who the fuck the guest is. So when I'm interviewing them, I might know something about them, and they don't. So that'd be the hiccup.
We
of some episodes,
we
you know what I'm
gotta
saying?
shit like that. We gotta tighten up, but
That happened to me
it's
before,
just
too,
still
like-
fairly new, so it's gonna come together.
I remember when I went to do the Vezels I can't keep saying Vezels podcast, but IUR podcast, and that's what happened to me. Like I sat down, and the dude to the left of me knew about me, but the dude to the right of me didn't know fucking shit, and he was just kind of like going along with
Who
the
you sat on
main.
there with Jetto?
Yeah, it was Jetto and his boy.
Me and Jetto was actually cellies before in prison.
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Shout out Jetto.
Did you guys know each other when you were inside or
Nah,
before?
We know each other, but you know, in federal prison, you stick together by where you from.
Damn, I didn't even know Jetto did Fed Time. That's
And
crazy.
I ain't know who he was, but a motherfucker was like, that's such and such, he from here. So I'm like, hey, man, you know, Detroit niggas over here, Michigan niggas over here. And,
Yeah.
you know, it was what it was. We was locked down in USP Canaan. Ask Jetto about that.
What's that?
Man, one of the worst federal prisons in the system.
What makes it so terrible?
Man, it's where all the violence happened at. And we was only in there through transit. I ain't gonna sit here in front like we was doing time at USP Canaan. We only went through transit, but they treat you so bad in transit because they know you're only there for temporary time. So they had us locked down in a cell for 7 days without giving us a shower, all type of crazy shit.
Do you get to walk and stuff? Like, did you get time outside?
No, you been in a cell.
Just
The whole time you're there.
that's you
You
can't.
come out, you might come out to eat, or they might just feed you through the slot.
It's crazy how much inhumane stuff happens in prison, and it's like, how do you who do you tell? You tell your lawyer, and then your lawyer's like, okay, how do we prove it? And it's like all this stuff, man. It's pretty crazy.
They don't give a fuck because you in prison though. So
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
they
care.
took your
it's like
freedom
you're a
papers.
fucked
You
up.
back
It's
in-
like you're a fucked up person.
You read
And they
13th
treat you
Amendment,
like
go
you're a
back
fucked
into
up
slavery.
person.
Do you is that fair
Yeah,
though?
what
It's
Like,
not. It's not though.
No, it's
Hell
unfair.
no, it's not fair. And it's fucked up.
because you're already locked away from society. Like you're already like most of your freedom's gone at that point.
And then to be treated like an animal.
That's
Like
what they treat you
everybody shouldn't be treated the same. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker who
They walk
selling
down the
drugs
road.
trying to provide for his family versus a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or versus a serial killer. Them three different, you know what I'm saying? Them three different
That's
situations.
nonviolent
Why is
violence.
everybody treated the exact same though? You know what I mean? That ain't right.
At certain facilities, they got blocks for CSC.
What's that?
I say at certain facilities, they got their own unit for UCSC.
What's that mean? What's US?
CSC, sex cases.
Oh, like that. So they get separated from everybody else.
All of them should be that way.
Yeah, that should be.
Different
The
levels.
feds and they like that. They got certain jails, they got programs for that shit, but they ain't separated in the feds.
Yeah, it's because you guys have the history, the relationships. It's like the perfect combination of everything for it to work.
Yeah, because I know a couple people too, just from moving around. It's like when we be out.
That boy know
in a
he know
circle like.
He know about 25% of the world.
You want me to get him? You want me to get him? You want me to get him?
What's his nickname?
The Human Encyclopedia.
No, what's his name?
Mr.
I know a lot of people.
Mr. Everyone.
Like,
Mr.
Like-
Everybody.
Mr. Everybody. He
No,
know
like-
everybody.
like
Nickname is
saying,
Mr. Everybody.
How
His
he
nigga name is
find
Eric
people.
Google Givens.
I be knowing people too, so I call a couple people I can get them to come on and just to get a little load off him every now and then.
Well,
I know a couple people.
He know.
You know somebody everywhere you go.
Well, because I hear it all the time because of our podcast and like how many people comment about what's going on with us. That one thing that people do want is like somebody from the city, from somebody from the inner city, and somebody from the culture to push the scene, which I never disputed. I was always like, yeah, it would be amazing if somebody could do that. Like, go do that. And it seems like that's what you guys are trying to do is really get Detroit's story heard. And the people that you know are from the city too. So it's like you can connect with them better. Like when I did the interview with, even when I had G-Mac and Comic J. Will on, we were supposed to do like a 3 kind of interview. And I was like, damn, I kind of noticed G-Mac loosens up a little more when he's talking to somebody from his way. So it's like you see the dynamics change and people are more open and more willing to talk and stuff like that. So that's something I don't think I'll ever be able to get those conversations for real, which is
But the
cool
thing
that you
about
guys are
that
gonna be able
is-
to do that.
And not to cut you off, and people say I talk too much, but when you reach out to a person, and not to say G-Mac, but just you bring a G-Mac, but a person that got some stature, they'll be quick to respond to you than us. You feel what I'm
Most
saying?
That's the
definitely.
difference. But they're more willing to engage in the conversation on a
If
deeper
it gets
level.
to that point,
If it
but
gets
we'll
there.
be overlooked. They'll overlook us for you because you got a bigger name.
Yeah,
You
and
know what I'm
then
saying?
that's what needs to
You
change.
saying we could reach a little further with them.
The conversations will get
Go-
deeper because
yeah.
you can connect on different
And that's
levels.
true
Yeah.
because we can identify with them more.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's just how it's shit so caught up that a motherfucker overlook us to go back. You get what I'm saying?
They're gonna go for what they consider the fame.
Yeah, the most popular.
Right.
But that's why you just get there though. That's all it is.
Because I've seen
Yeah,
it's
you just get
it's
Yeah.
certain people. I'm not gonna even categorize nobody, but it's somebody I've approached. I seen on your show.
They didn't say they said no to you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
told me I don't be whoring myself out all them podcasts. All right,
Damn.
that's
Man,
cool.
Damn.
True
That's a
story.
crazy answer.
But that's crazy because at the end of the day, if you really think about it, you can blow anybody's podcast up if you say the right things and you really try as an artist. And then it's like now you're locked in with you guys forever because he did that for you. Like it's like I came on your podcast, I said some shit that's fire as hell. It blew you guys up. And now you guys are all tied in, and now you get to a bigger level of popularity to the point where when they come back the next time, you guys are at a way different level.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like investing in the local podcast is the best thing to do because by next year, because of your investment, they're going to be way bigger now. And they'll be at my level. And then that's it. Now you got that. But it's like people just want to jump to what's hot. And that's what the problem is for real.
Right.
For sure.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
want to skip the line.
Exactly. Everybody wants to skip the line. As far as, the politics and the mayor candidate coming up for Detroit, have you guys been working with any of the mayor electorals yet or anybody like that?
No, but
but we would
I got
definitely
one I
love
like.
You got to get in touch with Kwame, right? That's the move.
Yeah, I'd love to have
Man, we
Kwame
can-
on my
Hell
fifth vacation.
yeah.
For
Sure,
sure. That'd
the
be a
Fed
dope
Vacation
episode.
podcast?
Kwame on my fifth vacation.
Yeah.
What would you ask him?
Man, the same shit I asked everybody else. How was this time in prison? Because, like you say, not even just the inhumane shit, but just the average everyday life of a motherfucker behind bars. And then
He did
from
both.
Kwame,
Stayed
come
and
from the
fed.
stature he was to have to live that life.
Yeah, he was in
he
the
got a
state
story
for
to
the,
tell.
For the line, then he
That
went
has
for
to be the craziest
racketeering.
story because you're right. He had the highest stature you could have,
Nah, he
and
was
then
at
all of a
the
sudden
same
now you're in
time.
prison.
He completely ran the city,
Think about that.
a major
bro.
city.
Imagine sitting in prison as Kwame and being like, damn, bro.
He was in both prisons. He was in state first.
Yeah.
Then when he came out, they came with the indictment.
Yeah.
God damn. Did
Yeah.
you guys did you see him while you were inside?
He had came through a facility I had been at, and he was helping guys with their legal work and everything.
Damn. So you staying real
Yeah,
inside.
then he came out, went to they gave him all the time.
Did you guys run into any artists while you guys were inside? Did you guys run into any?
Yeah, I ran into my man. He my guy too, Sean X. His name Sean Harris. He was half of Sean and Dale Soulful Morning, the song Soulful Morning. Sean wrote it. That was my dude. And I remember when artists used to reach out to him and try to sample the song, which Big Sean did sample it.
Oh, cool.
And he used to be showing on his JPay and stuff. Yeah, I ran into him.
Yeah, I actually did that time with Hot Boy Turk.
Oh, cool. What did you guys run into Rio
Yeah,
or
I didn't know you did time with church.
Yeah, me and Turk was at Ford City.
Mm-hmm.
did you guys run into Rio at all, or did you guys run into Doug or
Nah.
anybody?
My Doug was in the joint same time. Well, I ain't run into him. I know a couple of his guys though.
Man, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
the entertainment landscape is changing significantly in the city because the rap scene's on fire and because now there's more attention at the media platforms. So creating subsectors of podcasting and TV shows is like the best approach. How far do you think it's going to be for you guys to take the podcast before you start trying these other sectors that you had the originality ideas for, like going to homeless people or other concepts? Like, when do you think you're going to break the other ideas into it?
We already into that. We already got a movie in the works, a TV show.
What's the movie?
A reality TV show.
What's the movie all about?
I mean, it's a Detroit story. I don't want to put the name on it because I don't want nobody to steal it, but it's it's basically me writing a hood novel. I was in prison and read so many hood novels, and I had a talent to write books. I got 2 books I wrote while I was in prison. So I ain't really want to write a hood novel, but I want to write a movie. So I wrote it in a hood novel form. So it's basically what you see on Tubi, but it's just be on the lookout for it.
My father was homeless for like 20 years.
God damn.
Like I grew up without a mother and a father, but my mama dead. My father was homeless for like 20 years, so he actually the first person that I'm gonna interview about him being homeless, which he got his shit together and we like this now. But he the first person that I'm gonna interview, and I'm just trying to figure out how I'm gonna go about it, because I think I wanna be interviewed at the same time about, you know what I'm saying, him
something you should do, kid.
and me, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do it like his story and then like how I felt about the situation at the same time. You know what I mean? But I need the right person to kind of interview us. You know what I mean?
That's a crazy concept. Yeah, that'd be dope.
I want an audience there. Yeah, I want an audience there. So they gotta be there because I want them to be able to ask their questions as well. You know what I'm saying? But I want like a major platform to kind of interview us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit. I mean, that's insane.
So it'd be like damn near like 2 podcasts in one. We use one for ours, and then just say if you do it, one for yours.
I've never even heard of something like that before. That might be like a new approach to podcasting.
I think it is, like cross-promoting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how you said, like, okay, you said I might got further reach than you, and you might got further reach than me in certain. You might can open certain doors, I might can open
that shit gonna get
doors.
deep though.
Yeah, that's true.
But if me and you connect,
like it's
think how many doors we can open together.
Like listen,
That's
it's
true.
You feel what
gonna
I'm saying?
That's
what we trying to do.
that shit gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep. Like it's gonna get deep. Like it's a serious situation because the way I grew up, my mama died when I was 8, and my daddy didn't come around until I was in my 20s. Damn near till I had a child. I had a child at 23. You know what I'm saying? Like it get deep. Like my grandma got sick on me. I stayed with my grandma. She got sick on me when I was in high school when I'm about to graduate. So like it get deep. The story get deep.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind orchestrating it just to see how it works. Because you never know, man. That could be a whole different angle.
Man, definitely.
You got to think outside the box these days, man. You really got to start changing the way you think about podcasting and interviews.
Yeah.
Because this way might get old. People might be like, oh, we need the Shannon Sharp style. We need it to be where there's no microphones and it's just 2 motherfuckers sitting on a couch and there's cameras moving and shit the whole time. And it's like a movie almost when you watch that shit.
Yeah.
You wonder if that's the future of podcasting.
That's sweet you said how they got the 3 cameras set up.
Yeah. Shannon Sharp's shit is crazy. Like,
Shit was going-
even though he's going through all that shit right now, like,
This podcast
that
was
shit's still going
on.
crazy. Like, motherfuckers don't care anymore. That shit. He's
They
not-
know it's some bullshit though, man. You can motherfuckers know bullshit when they see it, dog. And this ain't this 2025.
It was just
This ain't motherfucking 20 years ago, 30 years ago when bitches was lying on motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, and getting away with it. Like what's my man name from No Limit?
Mystical.
No,
Mystical. Yeah, Mystical. Or even Mike Tyson. How the fuck you your own wife? You know what I'm saying? Like
Tyson.
this ain't back in the day. And being black, we get fucked over. You know what I'm saying? We get fucked over hard. So we automatically guilty. You get what I'm saying? Like, we guilty without being guilty. So if a motherfucker lie and say we did something, we automatically did it. We gotta not prove, that we ain't do it. We gotta triple prove that we ain't motherfucking do it. You know what I mean?
It's guilty to prove.
But the weird part about Shannon Sharp's incident is that you could see where people can tie like things together, but they also don't give a fuck at the same time.
That was like the whole incident. That was a hell of a money grab. But Hov got so much power that he made it to where Busby can't even work in New York no more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Want to be honest? I don't know about none of what the fuck y'all talking
You
about.
know about Shannon Sharp?
I mean, I know who Shannon Sharp is.
All right.
But
Oh, you gotta bring that mic in here.
yeah, I ain't been paying. I've been so in tune to everybody got a voice and me getting my guests and my podcast. I don't give a fuck about nobody else's podcast.
Yeah,
I used to watch your show faithfully.
for real.
I ain't seen it lately because I've been
You ain't,
my head
you,
been down.
You
know what I'm saying?
You ain't hear about the bitch lying saying Hov.
Rape.
But I ain't
Yeah.
like I don't know what the fuck going on. Where is that? You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, but he beat the shit and made it to where the lawyer got fucked up.
I got a question for you, Kid.
Yeah.
Who was your biggest guest?
Biggest guess? I think 42 Doug technically. If you're talking about biggest, I think 42 Doug was the biggest. Because his numbers and reach are just incredible compared to everybody else that's been on.
Is it?
Was it hard getting him?
No, they hit me up. His tour manager hit me up, I think. He was a cool dude. It was weird though at the time because like obviously Sada and Doug and all them were like, you know, all that shit was happening. But I was kind of like, once I heard Sada on the Hip Hop Lab say that it's not even a beef between him and them, I was like, man, what the fuck am I like separating myself from him for if it's not really a beef between you two? It's like outside of you two technically.
Yeah.
So it was weird. Like, cause when he came to the studio, they had to check shit. They were making sure I wasn't on no funny shit. That was definitely the biggest artist for sure that's been on the podcast. And then second, Cash Doll's probably second biggest person
Who's somebody you couldn't get?
that I can't get. Man, I hit up Juan. He pretty much said no. Kind of crazy. Who else did I? Why you can get Juan on? You got Juan already?
No, Juan. He ain't been doing them, have he?
I'm gonna keep it real.
What up?
Juan has committed to be on the show.
No way.
But
He got personal
Juan is
relationships
Juan.
with these guys, though,
You can't
man.
just get Juan though.
Juan is Juan.
Yeah, he got personal
But-
relationships with these dudes.
I'm on your show saying this. Juan has gave me his word that he gonna come on my show.
Legendary, man. Oh, so yeah. No, he wasn't on that time with me. He wasn't even close. That's good though. That's the whole point. You got personal relationships with everybody. That's the whole point. So moving it forward with the podcast, you said you're so honed in on it and you're so trying to craft it and pay attention to it, man. What is your vision of it 5 years from now? Like, where do you think it's gonna be?
At the
$1
top.
million worth of
Number
game.
one.
Hell
$1 million
yeah,
worth
at
of
the
game,
top.
son?
And that's why we don't want no negativity. Like sort of what you said with 42 Doug and the side of shit. We don't want to talk about no beefing and you know what I'm saying that we don't want to talk about nothing fucked
Alienate
up. We
ourselves
want
from nobody. You know
yeah,
what
we
I'm
want
saying?
all positive shit, man. We come from the gutter, the heart of the motherfucking hood. You know what I'm saying? Like we come from the fucking danger zone.
Right.
We trying to get as far away from that type of shit as we possibly can, man. So we don't want no negative shit. Period.
Yeah.
There's enough of that shit out there anyway.
We done literally all been through something. Whether it's shot, prison, like we all done been through shit. You know what I mean? So we done outgrew that shit, man. We getting the fuck away from that.
Yeah. And there's a proof of concept from these other platforms that you don't have to take that road to find success.
Yeah.
That's the
Sure.
crazy part.
For sure.
Like you're saying, $1 million worth of game. Drink Champs doesn't get too crazy with it. Like they'll talk about some shit, but they won't go too crazy with it. The real people you worry about, like you see that are exploiting the game, is like obviously Vlad and fucking No Jumper. It's like they don't give a fuck. It's just like,
Man, we all got kids, man, and we trying to build motherfucking generational wealth and lead them down the right road, man.
yeah,
And you know what I'm saying, in the best way that we can. So we can't tell them how to be positive and how to be great if we, you know what I'm saying, if we doing dumb shit, that ain't gonna work.
yeah, absolutely not. So when you're pushing this kind of narrative and everything like that, obviously it's a good way, it's a good route. But at the same time, going viral, would you guys jump the gun to go viral, or would you just say no? We got to do
Not
this
at all.
organic?
Nope.
No.
We gonna go viral anyway, man. Bro, you wanna turn that off?
Sure, I got that.
Yeah, we gonna eventually we gonna go viral anyway. So it might not happen today, but it's damn sure gonna happen tomorrow.
Yeah, so you just gotta wait it out instead of trying to rush it, right?
Yeah.
It's already in motion anyway. So
Yeah.
Our numbers is moving pretty quick. Believe it or not, you talking about we a few months in, but our numbers is them motherfuckers jumping.
Yeah. Are you guys thinking about upgrading a set or anything like that, or taking it to the next level of production, or are you going to keep it the way it is until you?
No, we gonna
No,
most
we definitely
definitely
upgrade
upgrade.
production.
We gonna have to. Shit.
Definitely.
It's always room to improve.
man, yes
Facts.
sir.
As far as the craziest stories or most impactful stories that have been on your podcast, who had the most impactful story?
I
Emmit,
say Emmit Mitchell.
Emmit.
But if you want to ask me the most surprising interview, I say it was Plugged In Will, like I always say.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was the most, like, because I had him pegged as one type of person, and he was way left and was way more educated than I thought, way more well-spoken. So I'm like, damn. Blew me away. Yeah.
Caught you off guard?
Yeah, definitely caught me off guard.
I'm still rocking him today.
Yeah, I fuck with them.
The plug.
They sent
Shout
me
shout out to Will.
they got me a Lions hoodie. That shit was fire.
Yeah. We went down there. That's what what's the store on Woodward? We went to their grand opening.
Yeah, we went to their grand
Yeah,
opening.
we took pictures
on the
and
opening
everything
day.
with them.
Yeah, that's dope as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sponsorship's another hard part for podcasts to actually get people to help pay for it to promote that shit. But that's another thing where the relationships come in handy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Certain people will fuck with you just off the all right, I'm gonna just support this shit and see what happens. But you know what's crazy about that shit? People don't realize if you sponsor an episode of a podcast, it's gonna get you fucking your money back. You're gonna make your money back. They're just so scared. So you'll be like, yo, let's give us $75. We'll sponsor it.
We sponsored by Vivian's Barbecue.
You guys already got sponsorship?
Yeah.
Vivian's Barbecue.
That's dope.
Yeah.
As far as influence on the city, man, do you guys feel like you're gonna stay promoting majority of Detroit throughout the entirety, or do you guys want to get it to a broader scale where you're going nationwide, just getting anybody that you fuck with?
Nationwide,
Definitely want
man.
to get to a broader
Hell
scale.
yeah,
But
nationwide.
at the same time, I'll never forget Detroit and pushing this culture and this platform. But we definitely want to go nationwide. That's without a doubt.
That's for sure.
Yeah. To a positive note, with pushing the podcast forward is the way to go. Foreign Magazine is doing a good job of that, obviously. Foreign Magazine is promoting kind of like a healthier aspect of Detroit music.
You can put it on.
Is this
You gotta
You
cut
can
that
put
ring.
it on.
You ain't
What
cut that ring.
number
You ain't
is
cut
it
his
though?
ringer.
Jack Lloyd?
You can put it on. What's the name?
You gotta cut the ringer.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, you got Foreign Magazine, obviously, that's doing a good job of keeping it professional and keeping the positive spotlight on Detroit.
Definitely shout out to Foreign Magazine.
Shout out to Foreign Magazine. I had a ball there.
Do you think that it's going to be easy for Detroit's infrastructure, artistry and entertainment-wise, to get to a level where labels and mega platforms look at us and go like, you know what? Let's put them on let's sign these guys, or let's put them on a major scale and like give a real shot to Detroit, because there's no media platform that's gotten a major signing yet, or anybody who's gotten like a Shannon Sharp signature or anything like that, where it's like we're just gonna put you on all the way.
That's hard to answer.
Yeah.
It is hard to answer because the culture has shifted to where it's Detroit. Detroit got skeletons in the whole culture right now. If it's just Cartier glasses, everybody wears Cartier, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit of Detroit in the landscape of the culture. Now, it hasn't been an artist as a T Grizzly, somebody on a Shannon Sharp or that big platform. I don't know why it hasn't been a breakthrough like that. But as far as industry-wise, if you look at LA, Cali, or anybody, they respect T Grizzly as they respect any other big artist. And Vezzo and all the rest of the artists here, they are stars. So Detroit is it now, but why hasn't one of those artists had that breakout? I don't know. So that's hard to answer.
You know, another thing that kind of trips me out sometimes is like, even though we're talking about all the connections we both have to getting guests on and all these types of things, it is difficult to watch artists go outside of the city to do interviews but not tap in with the city itself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do all these interviews. Like, I'm not going to name the name of one of these people that did this, but it was kind of upsetting. It's like he did a Detroit tour where he did a bunch of Detroit podcasts, and he didn't, like, collaborate the post. He didn't promote any of it. But then, like, he did an interview with Nick Cannon, and then he promoted that, and then he collabed on that, and it got no views. Like, that shit got nothing, but he just wanted to show, like, I just...
Because it's Nick.
Yeah, but it's like, bro.
Again, it's like skipping a line.
Yeah, but it's like, why is it so hard for the artist to just be like, you know what, let's build the infrastructure here? Like,
At
why is it so
home.
difficult? Yeah, at home. Instead of going outside, why are you going to all these other platforms and not fucking with the city? That's the hardest part about
I think
the
they're
shit.
finally seeing it though. I think we're finally seeing it
Yeah.
as a whole. I think the city
Detroit
finally
is a
seeing it.
hating ass city though, so you can't never forget that too. No, for real. This shit's real. Detroit a hating ass city, man. So it's getting better, but that's why it's so hard.
Yeah. Do you guys ever talk off camera after the podcast and disagree about shit you guys said, or you guys are always like, all right, fuck it, whatever was said was said, and just move on from that
Never.
shit? Yeah,
Never. It's never been a disagreement about nothing. Never.
that's dope.
Except one thing.
What up?
He said Mick Nichols is the hoe for Detroit.
How you feel about that?
This nigga bring this up all the way to Key
I
Hill.
bring it up everywhere. He fucked me up with that.
What's the argument?
He said Mick Nichols is the hoe for Detroit. He put Mick Nichols on hoe level.
I thought his name was Mack Nichols.
Yeah,
Mick
he just-
Nichols, Mack Nichols. He love him to death. I think he a great rapper too,
Yeah, he dope.
but he love him to death, man. He think he hove, dog.
That's
That's some
different.
shit we discussed.
I'm gonna get
Culturally, as far as what people do in Detroit, I feel a lot of it comes from Mack Nichols songs. The same way as culturally, what people do comes from a lot of Jay-Z songs.
So you think he started a lot of
Fucking right.
what parts do you think he started or kind of helped push?
He popularized lamb chops, popularized Roof Chris, popularized Benihana, popularized Balling on Your Woman, popularized a lot of the restaurants that people, J. Alexander, Lemon Drops, a lot of shit that people just in the lexicon of what we do every day come from him saying in his song.
Wait, what was did you say Ruth Chris?
Yeah.
Mack Nichols.
You don't think so?
Mack
You
Nichols.
don't think so?
Something like that?
You don't think so?
You probably knew about Bruce Chris for years, right?
I didn't have to hear. Ruth
I
Chris
know
from
I
Mack Nichols.
did. Shit.
I bet you a lot of people in the street did.
They
20
learned about
years,
Mack.
30
you
years
think
ago,
people-
shit.
No, listen, I'm not saying
Yeah,
this
the
with
one.
any malice. I'm not saying
Yeah,
this with
I
any
did
malice.
for
I'm literally
sure,
asking
nigga.
you. You think that Mack Nichols put Ruth Chris on the map?
Fucking right.
Ah.
I think so.
No shots to Mac. Fuck no.
Ruth Chris is
I
such a
keep it a buck,
Yes,
bro.
all
Like,
restaurant- it been
But maybe
around for
Detroit.
years.
Hell
maybe you're saying
no.
Detroit. Maybe you're saying Detroit.
Yeah, I'm talking about Detroit.
Yeah,
I ain't
like-
talking about world. Fuck no. Don't
Yeah.
misconstrue what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm talking about in Detroit, in our culture. Detroit,
What song did he put on Ruth Chris? Did he just say it a lot of times?
I can't think of what song, but like think of Benihana. Nobody wasn't going to Benihana until they Lodge Boys started talking
we
about Benihana.
was going to Benny Hannes. What the fuck is he talking about?
Listen,
The
the
one
Lodge
that-
Boys, The
about
Bags
them.
In album made Benihana popular.
Why you think that?
I mean, I had been going to Benihana before then. Way I can call bitches and tell you what year I took them to Benihana, but they
Me
made
too.
that popular.
So how the fuck they make it popular?
you
we was
gotta
already
just
going.
stipulate, like who they made it popular with.
But I don't
'Cause
disagree
see
with
how
you
they-
because
so it won't be like a
you-
debate.
you can see how
Yeah.
rap culture, like whoever pushed lean, did a really good job of that. Because like there was the whole lean epidemic pretty much started because of rap music, more so.
sure.
No, I like fucking with him though, cause I know he love. He love. We went to a concert, bro. He ain't want to go on stage with him. He was a real fan. He wanted to be in the audience and shit,
For Mac?
dog. Yes, man.
How big was Mack's audience? Was it big?
Oh yeah.
He had a
facts.
good. He had a nice ass audience.
Sometimes you look at their social media and be like, damn, were they really killing it? But then their shows and it's like, damn, they are really killing it. Like they're really doing these numbers.
Nah, he was really that at the show.
Who do you think the most underrated artist is in the city that has a name though at the same time? That has like a reputation, a name. People know who he is, but he's still underrated.
That's a good one.
Keys,
Keith, yeah.
Keys, sweet to me. But you don't hear everybody. I mean, they talk about him, but not like they talk about.
Underrated.
In the city.
Yeah, most
People know who he is.
Yeah. He has a name, but he's still underrated. Like it's not where it should be.
Bodie James.
For sure, Boldy James. Oh damn. For sure, Boldy James. Damn. But he is pretty like Detroit might not like be,
He mainstream.
Yeah,
but
he
he's still
there.
mainstream
Think he underrated in the city?
In Detroit, for sure.
in Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. He is.
As far as big as he is globally.
They don't talk about him enough.
They don't.
Here
Yeah.
he's underrated.
Yeah, they
But
don't
no,
talk
no,
about
no,
him
no,
enough.
no. T Grizzly.
T Grizzly's not
You think he
underrated.
underrated?
The craziest T Grizzly don't get the respect he deserves, bro. T Grizzly
Yeah, he do.
T Grizzly should be the trophy.
He is the
I mean,
trophy.
But people, I don't
he's
think
selling
people
out.
give him enough credit. I'm
I
saying
think,
this.
you know-
I'm saying this right here on your show.
Look, you
I
know-
don't think people give critikers enough credit.
I think he gets enough credit. I think the
He
only
packing
thing he did
LCA
that kind
though.
of changed
He
the.
packing. He putting 20 in that seat. 20 asses in them seats.
He-
20,000 asses.
The thing that T Grizzly did that kind of makes it off on social media not seem his presence because of the video games. He went so deep into the video
He was
game bag
winning
that it's
on
almost
that.
like what happened. Like we're talking about street rap, we're talking about this and that,
Yeah.
and it's like now you're promoting like a family lifestyle, which is great. You're promoting video games, which is cool, but it's like everything you're saying doesn't really it doesn't feel the same no more because your lifestyle is so much presently. You know what I mean?
That's
He
just
him.
that's
He
just
the
growth
He is a
though.
legend.
He the
I'm
most
saying-
underrated.
Yeah, that's
to me.
just growth though, man.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like that's why it's kind of different. Like that's why he might feel underrated because he's not being talked about as much. But it's also because he's in different bags now, where it's like you can't talk about him the same way.
He come to town. He headlining.
What is it?
You talking about T?
Yeah.
He come to town. He packing the crowd.
No, for sure. Yeah, hell yeah.
So-
No, for sure. But he just changed direction, kind of.
Yeah,
He kind of went like the Ice Cube route a little bit, like more entertainment than it is about
rapping.
rap type shit.
I mean, that's the goal, though.
I'm about to say I don't think rap lasts forever though.
Show.
Yeah, no, that's just a
Rap
stepping
don't
stone.
really last
That's
that
a
long.
stepping stone.
Boosie is the best example of rap doesn't last forever because that
Yeah.
motherfucker is more of a
Personality.
personality than like who's listening to Boosie like that crazy.
And everybody love Boosie though. Everybody tuning in to him, man.
Yeah. What about as far as female rappers? Who do you guys think is like the queen of female rap in Detroit?
Cash down.
Yeah, Cash Down.
You go Dej Loaf or Cash Doll?
Cash Down.
Cash down.
Talk in the fucking mic, man.
The fuck up.
Dave
picked up
and
both
Jacquees got a good little movement going on, but
Let me ask you
they
this.
did have a big hit though.
Let me ask you about
Let's
this.
see.
Dej Loaf had a bigger hit than
Yeah.
Cash Doll and is more globally known
Yeah,
to
she
some
had,
degree.
she had
Why
T.I.
did-
on her record. Yeah.
Why is
You said
Cash Doll
globally.
considered the queen, but Dej Loaf is not compared?
You just
Because
said
it's more chicks trying to look like Cash Doll.
Yeah,
than
you
trying
see
to look like
you
J-Lo.
you see Cash Down more too. You see her a
man.
whole lot
Dej-
more.
Dej had a. Well, she was signed to a major label when Cash Doll wasn't at when she.
You
dropped that
really don't
song,
even
though.
hear from her no more though, right?
No, her
Dej Loaf?
Jacquees
Yeah.
just did one recently.
When she drops
They
a
got an
tape or
album
something,
now.
yeah.
did something.
They just did a concert promoting it. They just was
Every
promoting
time she drops, she comes to the city and promotes like a new tape or a listening party or something like
Okay.
that.
That her and Jacquees got hits though.
Cash Doll just more
A
identified.
lot of writing and a
She
lot of
more-
features.
She
okay.
more what you gonna see every day. She the
Right,
average
right, yeah.
bitch that's got some motion, a dope man bitch. So that's worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Every chick in the city wanted to be Cash Doll.
Yeah. There are a lot of people who do look like her, which is crazy.
She's the image. She's the mannequin for the Detroit girl.
Yeah.
Look like Cash Doll.
Sure.
He's pulling his mic? Oh yeah, he's pulling your mic a little bit.
Yeah, Cash Doll is Detroit mannequin. Every chick in Detroit want to look like Cash Doll.
Do you think there's like a male role that's like everybody in Detroit wants to be like this guy? Or does that only work for the females?
Me.
Yeah.
And
Like no, but for real, like if you think about how
I mean, it's a kid, it's an image.
think about how Doughboys transformed the look for Detroit culture for a while, with white beaters and just kind of keeping it simple, like kind of street thuggish, right? Like they changed the image a little bit for a while.
Mhm.
Who's doing that now? Or is it now it's like more
Them boys was controlling the market for a minute here,
Yeah.
controlling
Yeah.
the streets. I was seeing they parties. They parties was going bananas.
Mm-hmm.
They parties was they shit was getting shut down by the fire marshals.
Oh yeah.
God damn. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to that entire. It's crazy to see too how opposite of them was Team Eastside was terrorizing in its own way, but then Team Eastside individually, each person blew the fuck up majorly.
Yeah,
Doughboys cash out like everybody's still legendary, but they didn't like blow up to that significance.
I think Team Eastside kind of stay
Stayed the course.
they stay independent
yeah.
for much longer as they went with Jeezy, right?
Yeah.
Doughboys went out with Jeezy. Yeah.
they had to deal with Jeezy.
But like independently after like the groups kind of faded, everybody like Babyface Ray, Peasy, like all these kids. They're mega stars. Whereas
Yeah.
Doughboys, where it's like they're stars, but they're like not at that
Yeah.
level. You know what I'm
They
saying?
was
Yeah.
off, the Doughboys was off into other things, and Team Eastside stayed more consistent with the music.
Yeah.
So that was natural for that to happen.
What do you think? The
Payroll kind of underrated too, though.
payroll is
Now that you
under?
say Payroll underrated, like he ain't getting enough love neither for real.
He done had major deals.
Yeah,
Deals.
yeah, Payroll most definitely
He
underrated.
was on Def Jam at one time.
Yeah, it's crazy as
Well,
fuck.
it was bananas.
I
I
heard
said,
somebody out in Cali tell me that Payroll was the Detroit Hove.
Really?
Yeah. I couldn't argue with him.
he was on Def Jam at one time.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get a meeting
for
with
sure.
Def Jam?
And that boy be talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he makes crazy ass beats too.
That's the
Hell
same level.
I didn't know
LL
Payroll
helped
was a
start the
producer for a
first
while.
rap roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well, some people say that Payroll helped craft the
Oh.
Detroit sound, like the newer era of Detroit sounds. Like he's one of the people that helped craft what it is today.
He stay in his own lane. That's why I like him.
Yeah.
He ain't going all
That's
outside
another
the
motherfucker
box.
that won't respond to me. God damn it. God damn, son.
We see him sometimes when I be seeing kids. Them,
He's somebody else
they
we
be
love
with
to
their
have,
manager
too.
up at the bar.
I ain't got
Yeah,
no
we-
personal
we-
relationship with him. But
Well, now
he's
would you
somebody I
no
love to have.
Payroll?
Yeah, for sure.
But you guys got
kid
Kid on though,
He
so
probably can get
They be
Payroll.
coming. They be coming up there.
Yeah.
We was in there when I
Yeah.
They be coming
We
up there
seen
all
him
the
in the
time.
bar a few
Yeah, I seen him a
times.
lot.
where's the studio? Where's you guys' studio at?
In Detroit on Schoolcraft.
Oh, cool. Also, so people when they do interviews, they just pull up to the crib or like the studio.
No,
Yeah,
it's
it's,
we
it's
got
a
a
building,
building.
commercial
Oh, it's a building?
building. It's
Oh,
actually a
that's
commercial building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. You don't want people inside and outside the crib. A lot.
Fuck no.
That's how a lot of people are doing it now in the basement. You know?
No. I'm gonna be honest with you. A couple of my episodes of My Fair Vacation was filmed in my basement, but it was with people that's close. Mike. You know what I mean? I even had Rock Bottom J Nutty come to my house, but you know what I mean? People like, you know what I mean? It wasn't no just weird random motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'll get uncomfortable. People coming the way you lay your head.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I couldn't do it. I ain't gonna lie.
Wood.
Hell no. Not to the crib. Maybe a sad house or something. But home, hell no.
Yeah. Since you've been out, who's been like taking that long time away? Seeing that the music scene has changed significantly, what sound have you heard and from who has been the most revolutionary in your mind as far as like where Detroit music is going and how substantially different it is from when you were outside?
Sammy Shabazz.
Samuel Shabazz. Damn, that's a deep pickup.
Because he's the most different Detroit artist.
He is. He's with Ray. He is different as fuck.
You wouldn't think he was from Detroit if you heard him.
That was a good grab, damn. What about you fellas? Who do you think is substantially different from where Detroit's music started about 15 years ago till now, where it's like they're changing the direction of Detroit music? I think Skilla's kind of doing it a little bit.
About to say Bodie. Bodie?
Yeah, Boldy too.
Yeah, Bodie different.
I think Skilla is really changing the game a
Yeah,
lot.
he in his own lane.
Yeah, because he talking about them. He went the women route. He rapping for them bitches. Like Pac said.
Yeah, they gonna buy what
Niggas
the
want
women
what
want.
the niggas want what the bitches want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Because they're the ones who make you buy the concert tickets for sure. Fellas, is there anything you guys want to promote? Is there anything you guys got coming out?
Yeah, we got Everybody Got a Voice Sundays coming soon at Trump's on 8 Mile. Be on the lookout for Everybody Got a Voice. New episodes coming every Monday. I got the 10-year re-release of the Dirty Glove Diaries, but the Dirty Glove Diaries right now is available on Amazon. My Fair Vacation is available on Amazon. We got Vivian's Barbecue. Give them that.
Yeah, about to have a grand opening for Vivian's Barbecue on Schoolcraft between Southfield and Evergreen.
Can't wait to open.
They're about the DoorDash?
Huh?
They're gonna have
We're gonna
DoorDash?
DoorDash. We're gonna do everything.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a full outdoor restaurant. I'll show you when we get off camera.
It's gonna be like only outdoor. Or...
Yeah, I'm gonna show you when we get off camera. It's
Oh,
gonna
cool.
be dope.
Dope.
We're gonna be having karaoke Wednesdays and shit like that.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
It's gonna be cool.
Rap karaoke is a real thing, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be laid back too. It's gonna be laid back like a laid back crowd.
Yeah, that's dope. Is there anything you want to promote?
Oh yeah, when we had a pop-up shop, I'm gonna bring my brand back. I had a clothing brand a few years back. It started out with a little buzz and it faded, but when he said he wanted to do the pop-up shop, we could put our brands out, plus promote the Everybody Has a Voice brand.
Yep.
Divine Legacy, that's what it was called.
Yeah, I don't have to have anything to promote. I own 50% of everything that they got. So.
Yeah, baby Suge Knight.
50%.
Marion Knight. That's it.
And that's another motherfucker that lost everything with Suge Knight, man.
He lost $300 million. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
Keeping it real goes wrong.
Yeah, that's
Suge lost $300 million.
Yeah, his brand was worth $300 million.
Oh my god! Can you imagine being just like Diddy? Same shit. It's like you guys are on top.
But Diddy
of the
ain't
world.
lose his money.
Man,
Like,
I
he's
wish we
gonna-
could get Tyson on the show, man.
Man, he can. I ain't.
Mike
this the
Tyson.
Hell yeah.
First one-man Rico ever. Son.
He's the best comeback story ever because he went
sure.
broke.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Tyson.
Yeah, Mike had it.
Hell-
Had the streets backed up. He
Hell
couldn't
yeah,
time.
Oh, yeah.
dog.
He's close friends with my cousin in Vegas.
Oh, for
Him
real?
and Mayweather. I hear some crazy stories about them. I hear like they got money and shit, but they be doing like discount ass shit like all the time just to keep themselves like afloat. Or,
But
like,
you know,
think,
Mike
like-
just got 20 for the fake fight. Acting like it's knee.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But at the same time, man, like,
I got a crazy Mike Tyson story though.
what do you got?
A chick I was dealing with, she kept saying Mike this, Mike that, Mike this, and it is what it is. Okay, I'm thinking it's just some dude she talking about. So finally, she pop up with a brand new Lincoln LS. Remember when Lincoln LS came out?
Yeah.
She got a brand spanking new. So I'm like, where the fuck you get this car from? She like, Mike bought it. I'm like, who is Mike? The whole time it was Mike Tyson.
What?
Damn, that was big.
She know who she is. She sees this episode.
So damn, you were hooking up with somebody who had some crazy ass standards, dating Mike Tyson, and then she went after your ass. That's crazy as fuck. Is that like how the fuck did she go after a multi-hundred millionaire?
I mean, I don't know how it happened because it was like it wasn't
Mike
really a
was
chick I was
like
like.
four something
It was like a
all the time.
roommate more. So
What's that white
Mike
dude's
was
name that we
like 4 something
we
at one
drafted
time.
in 2003?
Oh, Darko.
Darko Milicic. Yeah, I got a crazy story about him. I
He
was looking,
made $50 million in the league.
yeah. How much did he make?
He made 50 in the course of his career when they did his documentary on him. I watched it.
Darko Milicic made $50 million.
Yeah, remember he played after he was with the Pistons in Minnesota and somewhere else.
Oh my
He played.
god, I thought his career ended after
Oh,
that.
he owned an apple orchard too, over where he from. They showed that. He owned a whole apple orchard.
Oh damn, so you should name.
Yeah, you can research
I
that.
thought they just dropped his ass right after
No,
that.
he
I
went
ain't
to
heard nothing to Darko Milicic since.
No, they
then.
did. The anniversary of the draft.
Everything.
No,
You know a lot
the human
about
encyclopedia.
everything, dog.
Oh, you know, you be on the inside. They showed the 20-year anniversary of the
Like,
03 draft in
Motherfucker
23, and I
know,
watched it.
Man,
a
you,
little about a lot.
so listen, I was
Know
hooking
a
up.
lot about a lot.
I was hooking up with this one lady who used to give me
everybody.
this one lady who used to give me massages and shit. I used to pull up to her crib all the time, and I used to sit on this couch. I was like, damn, this couch is fucking dope, man. I was like, comfortable as fuck. And she's like, yeah, Pistons player gave me that shit. And I was like, word? Like, I was like, what Pistons player? She's like, Darko Milicic. I was like, man, Darko Milicic was fucking you? I'm half his size, motherfucker. Like, I was just, like, what are your standards and shit? Like,
Man, but you could have thought a little shit. He only scored average by 1 point. So,
yeah, but motherfucker, like, how do women go from somebody who's 6'11", big ass motherfucker to me? I'm like 5'8" and shit.
You standing on the couch
These
out
hoes
of
don't
your
got no
bed.
type kid.
Yeah, swear to God, man. Anyway, fellas, man, this was a good talk. I'm gonna hop on the pod. You know what, man? If we do it, let's do it earlier. Let me hop on your podcast earlier before I do that run in July. Just cause after some shit happens in the next couple weeks, I'm probably gonna disappear. So it's better off to do it before that.
Okay.
But this has been a great talk, man. I look forward to you guys' podcast blossoming and blowing up and taking over for the Detroit culture because
we going.
the streets are knocking. They're asking for something that's totally integrated and comes from the culture.
We got to do what I was talking about.
Yeah,
Like-
with your pops.
like,
Yeah,
man, we got to do that, bro.
Show. Appreciate you guys doing this, man. We're at Parallel Sound Studio, Helluva Visual Streams Productions. We're out.
All right.
Peace.
Yeah.
Fire, fellas. Good shit.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Do a photo real quick.
Damn, do I gotta do it again? Oh shit, that motherfucker couch or something.
I know. I'm just saying.